Hi, welcome back to RedHatLoves.net. This is Don Shank with Red Hat. Today I want to talk about the ASP.NET Music Store application. It's kind of a sample app to use to show off what you can do with .NET Core. It uses Entity Framework. It uses SQL Server if you're in Windows. If you're running like in Mono or .NET Core, it uses in-memory database. Here's the website, ASP.NET/Music Store inside of GitHub. You can see it references like DNX. It's the README is dated, I guess. We're going to run this on .NET Core 1.0. So the first thing we're going to do is clone it. Well, the first thing you do is fork it, right? And then I forked it to my repo, and I'm going to clone it. And so it's there. If you do an ls, you see Music Store. If you go into it, there's a source directory. I'll just show you. You go into source, and then there's two. There's a standalone, and there's a Music Store. To be honest, I haven't even looked at this standalone. The Music Store one is the one I want. That's the web app, and I can run a .NET Restore, and that should be pretty interesting, right? Because it's gonna, .NET Restore, and that's gonna pull down all the assemblies I need from NuGet. But you'll see what'll happen. It's not gonna work. Spoiler alert, because it's looking for some RC3 stuff, and we want just RC2. So watch this. Git tag list, and you can see there is an RC2 release. So git checkout, and if you specify the tags 1.0.0.rc2, and now we have the RC2. Now if I do .NET Restore, it should work. So it's going to pull down just the RC2 pieces, DLLs, and that worked fine. And now we can do a build. And now watch this. When you do a build, it looks at your project.json and gets all the information it needs for the build. And you can see the errors. I'll show you what that is. It tried to do a build for version 4.5.1 of the framework, and that's for Windows. So it did successfully do the build for the .NET Core. There's a way to get around that, though. You can do this. You can specify just the framework you want, .NET Core App 1.0, and it'll only do the build for that one. Now, of course, it skipped it because it previously did it, but that's how you get around those errors. And then you can just do a .NET run, and Music Store should start up. That's the easy part. The slow part is when you go over here the first time you hit the page, because it has to fire up. So we go to localhost 5000. Wait about 5 or 6 seconds for the server to get started. The web server application, and there it is. So that's the Music Store running in RHEL. It's that pretty easy. We'll cancel out of that, and the next video I'll do, we'll open that within Visual Studio Code and do some debugging. That's it for now. Thanks.